Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you literally a client project, a done for a client webinar that we ran, and show you the exact slide deck that we had for us to get a 38% booking rate and the 85% retention rate to pitch. So I'm just going to show you like the intro, literally the whole slide deck is like 220 something slides, and going to break down exactly the thought process behind why I created each slide, what the intention behind each slide is, and how you can implement it for yourself as well, to educate you and make sure that you also make a lot more money implementing this. So let's just get straight into it. So obviously we start with the intro. So we had like, by the way, I've blurred out the faces here as well because it's our client by contracts and shit like that. So but this is like how I built a cash flow cabin from the ground up, and this is literally just starting with outcome. We start with the outcome that the people want in the specific niche and that the ICP literally want in their life. In this specific scenario, this was a person that didn't have a lot of proof for themselves in the beginning, which meant that we need to leverage the creator as the proof point, you know? So we have now gained a lot more. You're going to see some students in this presentation as well, but now I've gained a lot more proof when it comes to that. But in the beginning, we used this as a main case study. You see the cabin there, this specific house that he built, you know. So we're starting with a where are you watching from interaction. So we want to get them moving in the chat. We want to be like, drop your city, drop your country, where you're from. In this one, there were mostly US people. So they were like, yeah, fucking New York, Los Angeles, shit like that. And everyone was just fucking interacting the whole chat. And what happens then is that people start to speak to the creator, they start to speak to each other as well, so they build up hype, you know, and they're more ready to get into it, you know. It builds a sort of excitement as well, you know. So this was literally built from the ground up. It wasn't a flip, it wasn't an arbitrage play. I poured the foundation myself. The reason for why we put this here so early is because we want to frame them on being like, man, I didn't know how we should have done this before myself, you know. I built this from the ground. All other people out there in the space, most of them just fucking buy some cheap shit and then they try to make easy money, you know. We actually made this from the ground up. We made it for real. This isn't something that just whoever can do, you know. But we still made it happen. So we started by framing them on that. And then we literally have no construction experience. So we're telling them that, okay, even with zero construction experience, you can still get into this and start this game. And we did it anyway. So, and then we have the promise here. So in 30 days, you have an underwritten deal. In 12 weeks, you have ground broken, and in 12 months, a cabin that pays you 2 to 3 hours per week, you know? So, and the reason for why we start with that is because we want to have the claim extremely clear. And by the way, also, you see that we don't have one specific claim here. It's because this is like a big deal, you know, like they're building a house, they're building a cash flowing cabin. So we need to have milestones. So I have the 30 days for the 12 weeks and about 12 months to split it up as well, to not make it feel too big in their mind, you know, because that objection can come up. Okay, so also tell them like, man, we're live. This is some automated webinar. Call them out as well, being like, we're live. By the way, I see you guys in the chat, and then you can literally tell them like, I see this and that person there, you know. And there's no replay either. So this is for you, for the action takers that's actually here right now, being live. So you could literally be anywhere tonight. We make them feel special. We make them feel extremely special about taking action, about being here, and building the excitement and making them feel extremely special, as I said. So, and you chose to be here. You know, a lot of people signed up, but they weren't here. But you are here, so you are the action taker. You know, I will put a label on them again there. So, who is taking action, even if this is going to feel scary? Type me in the chat, and then everyone's like me. And the reason for why we have this in the beginning now is because we want to frame them on that. Even if stuff will feel scary and feel uncertain, they're still going to have to take action, you know? So we framed it that taking action is something that everyone here will do in the beginning even, you know? Even if they haven't seen information, we pre-frame on them on that all the next information that they're going to get, they are going to take action on it, which is going to make it easier on the pitch as well for them to say yes, you know, and for them to actually book a call by then. So grab a pen and also frame here that at the end I will show you exactly how you can do this with us as well, because this is the key. When you frame at the beginning that you're going to pitch them something, they're going to be more open towards it as well. And now in the beginning you frame it as something that is so fucking like, man, I've been building for this for years, and now I'm so excited to give you this specific product and this specific offer because I know how much this is going to help you, you know. So you frame it in that way as well. That way the offer just feels good to them and they want to hear it, and there's no sales resistance left, you know. So by the way, here you also frame them. Raise your hand tonight, like you're going to get the call when taking action. You're going to get a call. We even frame them in the fucking beginning here, because then they're going to be more open to it and they're going to be less resistant. And we're going to take your questions live. We anchor the Q&A at the end. That's also how we get the 85% plus retention rate, because we take what they want to get answered to at the end, you know. And we also always have this. By the way, we took this from the sales course as well. We took this from the most common objections, and we created 4 questions on this. So I have 4 questions I get asked every single time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we answer this question. We don't really go too deep into them. And then we make the same anchor here. They want the response to all these questions, you know. So that way we're waiting and giving them the response, and then they're going to get it later. So now they have fucking 4 more anchors in order to stay to the end. And then like, which one is yours, tie them down on that. And they go into the story. I did this and that. And before this, I even did something even bigger, and I've seen what kills the XYZ, you know. So show them like this is the expertise, and I've also seen that the people that don't implement this specific information, they're not going to get the outcome that they want. So when I say I know your numbers first, this is something that I read. Now you say like, okay, when I say what I'm about to tell you, it's actually something that I've done. It's actually, I'm not bullshitting here, you know. And now you get into the opportunity. Then you transition into opportunity where you're like, man, there's literally a shift going on in the world right now. It's not like it was before. It's changing in the world, you know. And this specific model that worked before doesn't work anymore. And this is the reason for it, you know. It's because in this case the economy is changing, you know. So this in the world is changing right now, which makes it a lot more difficult to do the previous model. And also just put more statistics on there. So they will ask them an open question. We're like, who would you prefer to host in this specific scenario? The people that have less money or more money? And then we're having them to obviously have the more money. And then we have the solution later to how we can get the people that actually will book the more like the $700 per night, you know. And that is the unique angle that I'm going to show you. And then let me know in the chat, you know. And then we explain the wave again, the opportunity. So wellness travel is exploding. So unique mechanism, unique opportunity is exploding right now. And this is the proof of it. And these people that take action, and these people that are the people that you want to sell to, recognize this early, and they're taking this and capitalizing on this. And actually ignoring the things that doesn't make them a lot of money. And to be quite frank, like most people get it wrong. And then we explain like there's 2 ways in. So there's 2 different ways you can get in, you know. So, and then we explain like, okay, so way 1, like why shouldn't you do arbitrage? We explain the old way, why you shouldn't do one thing, you know. And then we're like, you rent it, you own nothing. And we ask them another question as well. So what we're doing here is that we're taking pain towards something that they might believe is good for them right now, and later on we're going to pour that, making stronger for why the unique angle that we have is going to help them even more. And then we're explaining more. Or you can even buy an existing home as well. And then we do another interaction. We always do interaction like every 20th slide or 30th slide as well, to keep the interaction in the chat every single time. And then we do like, okay, so which one would you take, this or this? And then we tell that the reason for why you get a lot of bookings is because you need the attention. And if it doesn't get attention, it won't sell, you know. And if it's unique, people will travel to it, even just on a random day. Okay, so what we're doing here is that we're taking the things that our unique thing, our unique angle is getting helped by. So for example, we're saying that here, like if it's unique, it's going to be a lot better. You know, for example, we're implanting that specific belief that it needs to be unique, and the unique mechanism and the thing that we're selling is extremely unique. That's the one of the selling points. You know, and that means that you're going to get 100% occupancy, which means like you're going to have 100% booked calls. And how do you get it? It starts with a math, and then we break it down. You know, just go through here. We also preempted the belief, because a lot of people was like, man, like I haven't gone viral like you guys. How can I do this? You know, and then we just broke this belief about followers here as well, and went through the story, just having a lot of stories, and also showing images about what is actually happening, and all the stuff. And then we go into the 6 steps, because we always want to have some type of pillars as well. So I have the know your number, find the land, secure, find procedure to build it, operate it. Which one scares you the most? You know, so we're asking them like an open-ended question, being like, which of these actually scares you the most? You know, like which one would you need the most help with? You know, so we're opening like the pain from their side even more to make it even easier to attack what they need help with. You know, and then we keep objection handling. Then we have students. Obviously, I can't show these people. You know, so but like we have students here that got the results, and then reframing again here, being like, you don't need to be different. You don't need to be a spectacular person to do spectacular things, you know? So what we're doing here is that we're reframing that anyone can do it if they just implement the unique thing that we have here, you know? So you have been tolerating a lot, you know? And research isn't progress. So if you're sitting here researching about everything, there's going to be a cost to it. Just waiting there, because the time where you could have taken action, you could have already made the money and already getting started. So by you waiting is worse than taking action, literally, you know? So we're also explaining here like the AI threat, you know, because we're taking something in the macro of the world, being like, this is something that is actually changing in the world. Again here, we're taking something that's actually happening, the opportunity and the shift that is happening, you know? And you see here, construction is protected. So in this specific scenario, this unique thing that we have here to sell, where it comes to like building it from the ground up, being authentic, being unique, is something that is also now protected from the AI threat. And AI is something that a lot of people are just scared to understand as well, because they believe that there's going to be more difficult to actually to make it happen, you know. So the thing is, like, own an asset that a model can't replace, you know. So now it takes it from the AI angle again, like own something that is not able for the unique thing that we have here to sell. Like it doesn't have anything to do with AI. Like you're outside, you know, you're safe. You know, we give them the feeling of like you're safe. There's nothing that is going to happen, you know, to you. We give them a bit of certainty as well. And that's the most important thing. So here is the unique thing. So I built it myself, and here is exactly how. When you show the cabin, you know. So here's the steps. We just break down the steps, make it extremely simple. We just have 4 steps there, and then we anchor them again, like, are still with me. And I'm not going to show you shit like that. So I will show you what I did instead, you know. And then we show them some statistics, show them even more proof, show them the calendar. Like, we always show them a lot. We don't want to just speak. We always want to show them more than we want to speak. So that's mine as well. And you have some member stories there, objection handling, every single thing. I'm also going through here again as well, because like I'm not going to break down everything on the specific video, because I'm obviously doing that for the paid people, you know. So if you're more interested in that as well, there's going to be a couple links down in the description to get started with us as well, and see if a deal building out this for you, or even consultation, makes sense for you right now to make more money, you know. So we even showed them that there were people that flew in to like a mastermind event that we had, you know, that the creator had, to show them that they were going to get part of something that is even bigger than themselves, you know. So why am I sharing this? Now we start to frame them. I'd rather build something that can help people at scale, rather than just trying to help a couple of people, or like just be selfish myself, you know. So now we started to frame them, like why the reason why I'm going to pitch you, before they even understand we'll pitch them, you know. And I made every single mistake, so you don't have to. And there's 3 pillars, bam, 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 you know. And then we do a financial model as well. So we're making it extremely easy for them to understand and extremely like digestible, even if in like a thing like real estate, where people perceive it as extremely difficult, which it sometimes is as well, you know. And that's also why we need to make it simple for them. More students as well, more tie downs on a specific on a interaction again. And then pillar 2, follow the exact sequence. So now, if you follow the sequence, it's going to be even easier for you to have less risk. And when you reduce your risk, obviously it's going to be easier for you to get a result, you know. And then we'll have like this specific step, so we'll make it simple again here, and we're right behind you, you know. Like you hear that language as well. Like we're right behind you. That sounds like we're there with them, like literally we're with them if they have any issues, literally. So you also need to understand that language. And here comes the pitch. So the transition to the pitch is like, do you want us with you, being there with you, literally helping you with every single thing done with you, you know? And we have a permission to pitch. And then everyone is going to be like, in, oh yes, you know? So they're literally letting us pitch them, you know? So they're going to automated operations, and then we just keep going. And then we frame here. Even if you haven't done this before, a lot of things can happen in a year. This happened for us, so why wouldn't it be able to happen for you? Obviously it will. And there we go. Going from 0 to 1 is harder than going from 1 to 100. So use all the resources you have to do it, you know? And the reason for why we say that is because then we tell them, like, when we pitch you, the offer is going to be the thing that helps you, and being the resource going from 0 to 1 instead of playing against yourself, you know. So then we recap it again, and that's the whole system. So now you know more than 99% of people that's posting about real estate. And that's also the problem, because now you believe that you know a lot of things, so you don't see the reason for taking action, you know. And then we have more proof. And also, like, let's be straight, the people that get the best results and my best members have no ego. So they take action on what I'm telling them straight up, you know. And what we're doing here is that we're telling them that the people that listen to me and are being open to information is the people that get the best results. We label the action takers and the people with no ego as the best people, which means that people don't want to not be that, which also makes it easier for us to book even more calls. Then we show them as well, like, this isn't for you if you want X, Y, Z, you know. If you're not ready to, if you want passive income by Christmas, if you don't have X amount to invest, if you want someone to do this completely for you, this isn't for you, you know. And we only accept the people that pick up the phone when we call. And if the numbers say no, we're also going, now we have like a guarantee. So that's it, like, I will refund you faster than before you even fucking can buy. So we remove the risk again, you know. And then we do, you might be thinking this, you might be thinking this, you might be thinking that. We objection handle again, we reframe. And then we go here. So the first question was like the open question. Before, when I kind of went into the pitch, was more framing that there's something that is about to happen. I'm going to show you guys something. But now I do it again. It's like, would it be helpful if I show you guys exactly how you can do it with us, you know? Then everyone is like, yes, you know? So they get into an agreement frame. So this is how you implement it with us. You could do this all alone, or you could do it with us. So on your own, so like versus shit like that. Then every other program would do this. So it would be like a us against them dynamic, you know? So it's done with you. We show that it's a community. We show them that they're going to get all this help. So we make a map, like, okay, in these 40 days you're going to be this. This is the include that we just go over all the things, make the map, book your call. We're also going to call you now. We're going to call you directly after your booking. We're going to give you a shout out as well in the chat to show you what an action taker you actually are, you know. We even put the setters numbers that's going to call them, like advisor 1 and 2, so they already know who's going to call them. That way that the amount of people that respond to the triage call is going to be a lot higher, you know, and then you get a lot higher show rate to the sales calls, you know. And the risk is ours, so we're reframing the risk again. We're just keeping going, reframing the risk. And the only risk is left is still not taking action. So we're framing that you're having more risk if you don't take action, you know? And then we have the agreement again. Do you agree that this took the risk out of your shoulders, you know? You see, everything is about putting the correct frames and seeing what thoughts people have in their mind at specific stages in the webinar, you know, in the presentation, to accordingly objection handle and reframe and remove specific beliefs through neuro-linguistic programming, and even sometimes a bit of hypnosis as well. And also do book your call, reframe why it's not a sales call, and the people we accept, like the people we accept, pick up the phone and show up. If that's not you, don't even bother to book a call, because that shows us that you are not a serious person that actually believe that they can get the results, you know. So book from this room tonight. Then you go more proof. So then we have the bonuses as well. Super important. This is super important. Like every single objection, so you see like here, development partnership. So what happens when the bill goes over, goes over? Then we respond to each objection to a specific bonus, and the bonus should be even more important than the core offer itself. So you see like why we have FAQ, bonus, FAQ, bonus, now bonus, you know? So I'm just going to skip over the last things, because now you have truly seen the flow of how this works. And man, I made this video to truly show you guys that there's so much thought behind this process, you know? And to end it off here, we always end with a live Q&A. And the reason for why we do it is because what I showed you now, okay, obviously it's good, it's a bit of reframing, a bit of teaching, you know? But there is so much more people that's still going to be there, and there's always just going to be like half or 30% of the people that already booked. There are going to be so many more people left that have their questions, you know, because they also waited for both the four questions, you know, but also for the Q&A questions. So now they want to respond, the responses here on the Q&A. So you can go for hours here. Like you can literally go for fucking 5 hours or even more sometimes. Just go crazy. Book. That's how you get like 50% of the people to actually book in, you know? So literally in here, take every single angle. Think like, okay, what angle did I take? Have strategic questioning. Be like, have a moderator in there that's being like, asking you when you're pitching specific questions, being like, man, can you show me a person that did this? Can you show me inside the program? Can you show me behind the scenes? And you just show. And then after some time, people are going to have so much certainty in that you can help them, even though if they have all these shitty beliefs, after some time, you have answered every single angle and every single emotional reason, because people have different reasons for buying. But over these hours when you just keep being in the Q&A and re-pitching, and just keeping pitching, then you're going to get so many more people to book. So now, this was a really good breakdown, extremely good breakdown. I'm going to do a lot more of these. Let me know if you have some more questions as well about this, or if you have more video ideas that you want help with as well, if there's some specific constraint and bottleneck that you're currently having. Because now, by implementing, obviously, there's more to this, obviously. But by only implementing this, you could literally get an 85% retention rate and upwards to 40% booking rate by implementing what I showed you, you know. Obviously, if you wanted to truly make it happen, there's the link down in the description. But no, this is still a good starting point.